Good afternoon everybody, it's Lee here from Revitalise Connecting People. Hope everyone's having a great week and welcome to the next edition of Revitalise Re-connects, where I get the opportunity to meet with business owners, key decision makers and fellow Revitalise members to find out a bit about them and a bit about their business journey. And today we're in Eurocentral at Documeht Data HQ, just outside Glasgow, and I've got the great opportunity to be with the one and only Lynne Boyd, who is one of the key main people at Documeht Data. Good afternoon, Lynne.
Good afternoon, Lee.
Thank you very much. Thanks for seeing us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Could you tell everybody a bit about yourself and a bit about Documeht Data Group?
Of course. So I joined Documeht Data Group 2.5 years ago to basically lead the marketing side of the business. Up until then, they had nobody doing that in the business. The business had grown very quickly and they were really looking to create a brand. So my role initially was to do any type of marketing, and then in the last couple of years we've kind of recognised the things that work, one of them being networking. So my role very much has become almost over 50% probably networking, telling people about our industry. The industry we're in, print and solutions, not a lot of people do what we are doing in terms of getting out and talking about it. It's typically been known as a kind of knock on the door and ask anyone, would you like a printer, or do you need anything to help with your office efficiency? So this is quite unique, but it certainly works for us.
Fabulous. And what's been the biggest challenge to the business for you, Lynne?
For me, I guess it is changing that image of the knocking on the door. I think it's about educating people about IT and solutions. People think these devices, which you'll see kind of behind us here, literally all they do is print and that's it. These are like communication hubs. You can use these to index documents if you had a document management system. You can use these to send information. They're all encrypted. So it's about education and creating an awareness in our industry.
And if you could pick a specific sort of industry you're looking to speak to, what would that industry be right at this moment?
So I guess at the moment we have been doing rather well with kind of solicitors, law firms, accountants, these types of people who have a lot of paperwork. They typically spend a lot of money on off-site storage. So anyone in that industry of having to box paperwork up, and it's not the fact that they're storing it off-site, it's you think about the time it takes to box that up, for someone to label what's in that box, to send it away. Typically these off-site storage companies will charge £60 to £80 a box to bring that information back onto your premises. Then you're looking for what you're finding. But the other thing as well is it's about document retention. The fact that you've got boxes and boxes and boxes and whoever goes and cleanses that information. So we've been able to move a lot of these companies over to electronic systems whereby they can have that information at the touch of the button as and when they need it. And in this quick world that we live in, that's key to a lot of industries now. So I guess that's a good market for us at the moment.
And you're based just outside Glasgow, and Eurocentral is one of the office HQs, and you've got another office in East Kilbride.
We have, yeah.
But what about locations? Do you go further outside Glasgow?
Absolutely. We've actually got customers up in Shetlands, believe it or not, and actually some of our bigger companies. So for example, Cala Homes is a customer of ours. And so wherever they build houses, we need to supply them with printers. So we really do cover the length and the breadth of the UK. We recently have a UK customer and we've just supplied a document management system to them, and they have an office in Sweden. Because the document management systems are all electronic, you can remote in from here at Eurocentral or East Kilbride. There is really, UK is ideal. Obviously we haven't covered half of the Central Belt, and to get most on our doorstep would be the great scenario, but never say no to business.
You never do. And you looked at the locations, we looked at what sort of industry you're looking for, but is there anybody specifically in regards to like a missing piece of the puzzle that you're looking to speak to right now that everybody out there could actually help you with?
So our kind of key person we look to speak to is MDs and FDs within companies, and the reason for that being they're the ones that hold the purse strings. If we can go in and say to them, we can save you X amount of thousands of pounds of doing this or that, they're very interested in that. And to be honest, in some industries, automation and streamlining can be quite frightening for people further down the chain. So it's better to get in at the top and really show them the benefits, and then they can roll that out to their customers. Or so not their customers, their employees, I should say. But I guess in terms of the missing piece, It's just more, for us, getting into some of the bigger companies can be a bit of a challenge too. So when you're looking at 40, 50, 60 members of staff, getting a hold of that FD or MD can be a more challenging scenario. You know, that they're managing big teams of people, they've got a lot on their plate, and when you come to on the phone and say to them, I want to come and speak about printers, it doesn't really rock their boat, but it is about creating this awareness of how efficient these can be for helping to run your business.
And you've been quite key in building strong relationships up, and I hope you don't mind me asking, but Lynne's been a member to Revitalise, connecting people for quite a while now, up to 6 months, just come to 6 months now. What's been the biggest thing to you in regards to networking and being part of the Revitalise platform?
So I think what everyone needs to realise is it's not going to happen overnight. You need to go to these events and you need to build the relationships. You know, not very often are you going to walk into a room and do business with someone you see for the first time. But the other thing I've really benefited from last month was the workshops, and it was almost like a breakthrough moment for me. And I recognised that sometimes you can become a busy fool and you can be going to networking, you can be gathering all these contacts, spending lots and lots of time meeting lots and lots of people, but forgetting to ask key questions like, who can I introduce you to that can help your business? But equally, sometimes I might meet with someone who is the only person in their business, but actually who do they know? The chances are they could potentially work for, or their neighbour or their friend or whoever could be that FD or MD that we're looking to speak to. So I think it's really about making sure that you're looking outside that one person to who their network is.
And I think it is key to relationship building.
Absolutely.
You do really well. Well, thank you very much this afternoon.
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate your time, Lynne. And if you do get the opportunity, I would highly recommend that you connect with Lynne Boyd from Documeht Data Group on the many social media platforms that are out there. Connect and start the conversation to find a bit more about Documeht Data Group and how they can efficiently help your business. And again, it has been great to be here this afternoon. And if you do stay tuned, get my words out properly here, do stay tuned, because the next Revitalise Re-connects will come up very soon, where I get the opportunity to speak with business owners and key decision makers and members from across the breadth of Scotland. But thanks again for this afternoon. Hope you have a fabulous week. Keep connecting, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye-bye for now.